Good morning. Good morning.
We back.
We back at it. December 1st.
We start this week. We starting off week 13, right?
Yeah, week 13.
Ooh, already.
Week
Yes,
13.
sir.
My guy D Butt in the Thunderdome out there in Indy. I'm on the
Yes,
road.
sir. Out here, beautiful Indianapolis. You know, they be on the road somewhere, handling business somewhere, somehow. But we back, man. We kicking off week 13. It's the man pod. I'm one half of the pod, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea
What's
once again on the
good?
road, man. How you feeling, man? How your week going?
Week going good, man. Week is going good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, finishing up strong as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
Great, man. I feel like that Thanksgiving week work wise for me, it was a short week. Wrapped up work on Wednesday and then didn't really have to fly out till Tuesday. So almost like a little bye week, low key. So now ready for that home stretch, that
Yeah,
push. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's post Thanksgiving football now. It's a lot of matchups with a lot of winning teams. This upcoming Sunday, this is also the point where some teams get eliminated. So a lot of pretenders and contenders are separated, man. So I'm excited about this finish, man. I feel like we should get a better brand of football later on in the season to finish up, and hopefully that starts tonight with a big AFC East matchup with the Bills and Patriots on Thursday night football. But feeling good, man. Live from the Thunderdome. It's always good vibes out here, and always great vibes on the Man to Man pod. Of course, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. So yeah, man, let's get into it, man.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. As always, we tell y'all put your questions in. On Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
M2M Live. We definitely gonna touch on a lot of questions from the fans. Interact with y'all today. But until then, we'll catch y'all on the other side.
Wait. We gotta forgot. We gotta tell them what we you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get into on the other side. At least some of the things. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the game tonight. Bills Pats. Gotta recap our Colts, Steelers. Of course, we got the
Yeah,
Steelers
Kyler
coming up
P2.
here.
Kyler P2,
Kyler
coach,
P2, little former teammate drummer.
coach of the year. Possibilities, our
Mm-hmm.
suggestions, our predictions, but
Yep.
some nice stuff, man. So y'all get ready.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And we back. We back. Let's jump right into it, man. Our
Let's
recap.
do it.
Monday Night Football. Steelers, man, came into town and beat our Colts 24-17. A lot of talk at the end of the game. Talk about,
Yep.
clock management, how to use the timeouts. What was your thought process on that? And then, obviously
Mm-hmm.
we'll reflect on the game and talk about, the good and the bad.
Yeah, man. I like you said, a lot of talk about Jeff Saturday not using the timeouts in that last sequence of plays. Um, and I feel like if that play works, if he gets the 3rd and 2 first down, Jonathan Taylor gets that, and there's 30 something seconds left. We got 2 timeouts at the 20-yard line. I felt like we'll still be in a good spot, but after that 15-yard scramble, a lot of time obviously ran off for them to line up and run another play. So you could call a timeout there and then have 2 timeouts, maybe 50 something seconds left from the 20 something yard line, and then get another play in. But I didn't have a problem with him not calling the timeout. I have more of a problem with us not being able to block it up, not being able to execute. That's what it always comes down to, regardless if you're um how aggressive you are, how conservative you are. If you don't execute the play that's being called, shit, you always gonna be able to look back and say that didn't work or that don't look good, that was wrong. So Highsmith, and I kind of put a video on my Twitter a couple of days ago after the game, literally 5-6, 1st and 10, he gets a sack, turns into 2nd and 17, Matt scrambles, 3rd and 2. he gets in the backfield, makes a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and sets up that 4th and 3. So he really wrecked that drive. But yeah, Jeff Saturday, he came out I think the following day and said, "Hey, I wish I had it back. Wish I called a timeout. Wish I did some things differently." So I was personally not really a huge fan of that. When a coach comes out and does that, because that just creates a little second guessing, a little hesitancy for everybody, for him, for the team, for the media, always question him. So but that was my take on it. I just feel like we need to execute better in that situation if you want to win ball games. And it was a winnable ball game. Kenny Pickett, your guy, he played solid. He's been looking better. But by all means, we could have definitely won that game. What was your thoughts on that finish?
Yeah, kind of agree with you. I feel like on the long run on the scramble, I think, if any time, I think that would have been a perfect time, to call a timeout. Jeff Saturday probably already had in his mind what type of play, what play they was going to run. But I think, you could have called a timeout, settle the team down, and make sure, you're able to execute on a play that you needed to have. But to your point, we all know, this is a gotta have it moment. We gotta block it up. We gotta make sure we get this first down so we can continue this drive. But it's one of them learning lessons, man. Like it's kind of been like that for us all year. So close, and Coach Dungy used to always say like death by inches, man, and that was kind of how it was, man. And as far as you kind of talked about like when Jeff Saturday came back out the day after and was like, I wish I would have done some things different. I think that's kind of one of them things where you self-scout. You go back, you kind of look over the game and say, hey, what are some things? Because I mean, as a coach, you do it for your players. Hey, you could have done this better. You did this okay, and if you was in this situation again, would you do something different? So as a coach, I think there's some transparency there.
Some honesty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But again, man, winnable game, like you said. I think they should have leaned on JT a little more. But hey, that's water under the bridge now.
Yeah, you got to have a pass team. You got to be able to block too, man. You got to be able to block them up. And I feel like they didn't do a bad job on that until the end. But yeah, man, it's close game. 1-2 now. Jeff Saturday in his first 3 games as a head coach. And that's one of those situations where, everybody was waiting for him to have that moment, right?
Yeah.
The Raiders game, Raiders game was a win. Eagles game was close, with no cigars. And then this Steelers game, which was on prime time. So everybody's watching. And it was kind of like I thought about that Peyton, that watch along when he was
all right. Time out.
And but you've been seeing some of these. You saw with Saturday. You saw with obviously I think it was Russ in that game. And then Brady and Bowles and the Bucks had a clock management situation as well. So these things happen regardless of how long coaches, quarterbacks have been around. I guess, sometimes you just go blank in those moments. But hopefully they obviously, like you said, he had some transparency, he had honesty about it. And then you self-scout and you get better. And it's probably the first time he's dealt with that situation. And you put it in your back pocket and learn from it. Just like as a player, you get out there and get beat in a big situation, a big moment, and then hopefully you learn from it. But the team is coming out, they're competing every week. They putting a solid product on the field.
Yeah.
We definitely got places on that roster where we need to improve, and obviously still Parks Frazier going into his 4th game now as a play caller in the NFL. So a lot of moving parts there, man. But Jeff Saturday did say he's staying with Matt Ryan. He's staying with the current quarterback depth chart. So that'll stay the same. Kenny Moore, I think he's going to be out. He hurt his shin. He had a shin injury in this game. So he left. So that'll be a hole to fill on defense. We'll see, man. We got the Cowboys. They got the Cowboys favored by 10.5 points.
Yeah.
This upcoming weekend. So another big challenge on our hands for Jeff Saturday and our Colts.
No doubt. So, sticking with Matt Ryan right now, is there any point of the rest of the season where you think he makes a change?
I don't. I mean, I don't think mathematically we're eliminated yet, but I think it's one of those situations where obviously you got to win out, and then this team got to beat that. And, it's a lot of shit that got to go on for us to get into the dance. But I think it'll make sense. You let Matt stay in there. Obviously until he can, because at least how it looks right now, he's going to be a quarterback next year, unless something drastically changes. But I don't see a reason why you pull him. Guys got to keep, especially if you Jeff Saturday. You're trying to win. You're trying to create a culture. You're trying to. I would assume at least that he would want this job for a longer term, like a real, without the interim title on it. So this is the part where he was behind the 8 ball already getting this job. Obviously, lack of experience, not being able to put a staff together. All the moving parts that we know are there. But so if you want to use these last few weeks to kind of create some type of culture to going into this off season or this interview process, so when you sit down with her, say whatever that interview process will be between those, whoever's involved,
right?
And say like, hey, this is what I've done so far, and then this is my plan, in between time, and then when the guys come back, this is the plan going forward. So if you Jeff Saturday, I don't see a scenario right now where he would bench Matt Ryan, but this a week to week league, so we shall see.
Yeah. Interesting, man. But like you said, man, Colts got a big one coming up, man, against the Cowboys, man. So definitely got to come ready to play. Cowboys are playing well, looking good. So big one for the Colts fans and the Colts team, baby.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, man, we got a Thursday night football matchup, man. We got the Bills at the Patriots. Bills 8-3, Patriots 6-5, divisional matchup. Bills 3.5-point favorite. What do you expect tonight, man? Divisional game. Mm-hmm. Bills, they need this one, man. In the division, man, that record. I think they're 0-2 in the division.
I know they lost against the Dolphins, lost the Jets. Those are the only two they played. It's the first game against Patriots, right?
Yeah, so I think they're 0-2 in the division. So this is a huge game for them.
Patriots too.
Yeah, obviously for the Patriots, big game as well. What you looking? Key points tonight.
Man, well, Von Miller's gonna be out. I know Tre'Davious White made his season debut last week on Thanksgiving, but he left the game pretty early. And I don't remember any announcement. I haven't really followed up on if he re-aggravated something, or maybe it was a pitch count thing. Hey, get him 15 plays, 20 plays, whatever, and get him out of there. But hopefully he's out there, especially knowing another Thursday game is coming up. Maybe he's out there tonight. But I don't know. For some reason, this feels like one of those Belichick games where he just finds a way to get a win in Foxborough.
Don't do it, D-Butt.
At this point in the season, because I'm looking at the game last week in the Bills Lions, and we talked about it, and like that was a game that we both feel like the Lions could have won. And going into it, the Bills are 9.5-point favorites, so they should have won that comfortably. But no Von Miller, no closer there, man. Mac Jones had a solid game last week. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't do it, brother. Don't do
that hook, that 3.5 scares me. If I had to just take against the spread bet, I'm going Pats plus 3.5 right now. For those reasons I mentioned. Obviously, Jay Jefferson killed them. Like he been killing everybody. They got Diggs, another huge matchup at the wide receiver. See if they can stop him. But right now, Patriots plus 3.5. But I think Bills still are the better team, and they find a way to win. Where you at with it?
Yeah, I'm at Bills, man. I get it. Bill Belichick, December football. Bills, Patriots, divisional matchup. Von Miller being out, that is huge. But I'm going Bills, man. I'm going Bills. I'm not going to overthink too much. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink this one too much, man. I'm going Bills on this one.
Okay, and they're both these teams played Thanksgiving. So now they both had a week trying to find Josh Allen versus Patriots record. Anybody got that record off the top of their head?
I know 4. Josh Allen gets the Patriots.
I think, the first one I saw pop up, Josh Allen is 3-4 against the Patriots. Who the hell been those quarterbacks for the Patriots during that time? So I don't know. I'll go Patriots money line here.
Yeah, go Patriots money line. Go Patriots money line.
I got to start my week off right, man. People already think I'm a Bills hater, Josh Allen hater for some reason. Love Josh Allen. Shit, love the Bills. We have Diggs on here a couple times. Love Diggs. Love how he talks about his quarterback and that 1-2 punch. Obviously, bringing Von Poyer. There's a lot to love about the Bills.
You might be right though. You might be right. The Patriots might sneak up on the Bills tonight. You might be right.
You full of shit, man. I'm gonna have my final decision by the end of the show, man. But hey, you know what? Thursday night, at this point in the season, I'm just hoping we get a good game first and foremost. Two good teams, both winning records. This is one of the matchups of the teams with a winning record matchup. So we start the week off right, man.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I'm gonna start the week off right. I'm coming off a good week last week, 12-3 money line. We can keep this thing. We're gonna keep this thing going, man. So D-Buck might be on to something, man. I think the Patriots, man, they might be able to get this one at home, man. So let's ride with the Patriots, D-Buck.
Let me find. You know what? I got a screenshot of all the matchups this weekend. Winning record matchups. We got tonight, Thursday Night Football, Bills, Patriots. Okay. You see the records there. Then we got the Titans, Eagles. 1 o'clock kickoff. Oh, you picking them already? Okay. Obviously, both winning records. The Commanders, Giants, both winning records. Who you got in that one?
That's gonna be a tough. Where they playing at?
They New York, it looks like.
I might go Commanders there.
Oh, who are we? The Commanders. Then we got the 7-4 Jets at the 9-2 Vikings. Vikings home again.
That's gonna be a good one.
I think I'm going Vikings there. And then we got my guys, my squad, the Dolphins 8-3 at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, a big injury in that with Teron Armstead being out, our left tackle, who helped us short that O-line. Nick Bosa on the other side. Ooh, that's a scary one.
I might go 49ers on that one, but stay tuned. Stay tuned there. That defense.
Yeah. That defense is nice. One of the most explosive offenses in the league right now with the Dolphins, led by two, obviously. That's going to be a good one. And then the Chiefs-Bengals, two more explosive offenses, two more great quarterbacks. 9-2 Chiefs, 7-4 Bengals. So a lot of winning matchups. You going with your Bengals in that one?
You know I am.
Does Burrow have a winning record against?
You know I am.
Okay.
Hey, it's gonna be a good week, man. Got some good
slate.
Games.
Good slate.
Yeah, got some good games slated, man. And these are the games that good teams got to win. Good teams got to win. Again, we talk about November, December football going down this last stretch, heading to the playoffs, man. So y'all tap in Saturday.
I was about to say we're gonna do a Saturday show this weekend. I'm gonna be moving around a little bit, so
I'm gonna be moving too.
We're gonna have to lock it down. We gotta lock down the time. We get our 20 minutes in because this is a good week. We've been waiting for one of these weeks, and I'm sure the people who tap in and look at our picks, you hot right now, so gotta get your pick. Gotta make sure my homework right. So if we gotta find that 20 minutes.
We're gonna say here, we're gonna get the 20 minutes, we're gonna get it early Saturday morning.
So the show will be up noon time, in the afternoon. The Saturday pick show will be up. Every game, we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about our picks and why we made those picks. So tap in. Obviously, we're going to use the lines from FanDuel Sportsbook, but tap in. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What we got?
We talked about it. We mentioned it. Kyler and P2.
Yeah, this was interesting. Do we have the actual comments or videos, anything?
Let me see. We do. So here, as you can see,
here we go.
Patrick Peterson on his podcast with B-Mac, Brian McFadden. Y'all go check them out on the All Things Covered podcast.
Yep.
P2 said Kyler Murray doesn't care about anybody but Kyler Murray. Obviously, Kyler Murray seen this. He tweeted on Twitter, "This isn't true. You on some weird shit, P2. You got my number. If you really felt like this as a, in quotes, big bro or mentor, you're supposed to call me and tell me, not drag me, so your podcast can grow." How you feel about this, man? You know, from both sides, from P2.
Yeah.
You know, P2 obviously in Arizona Cardinals legend, with teammates
Yep.
with Kyler Murray. So, you know, you might have seen some things in the locker room that was going on. So, you know, he made his comment, hey, Kyler Murray cares about Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And then Kyler Murray responded.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, obviously, first of all, like you said, P2, you know, he's one of those guys. Was one of the OGs in that Cardinals locker room when Kyler gets there. So I'm sure he was privy to a lot of it, you know, all of it as far as teammates, and that's his opinion. You know, and you on a podcast, obviously, we on our pod twice a week. Monday, Thursday, live for an hour plus. So, you know, you get to talking, certain situations come up. You get asked your opinion, probably B-Mac, probably, I don't know how it led into that question, but came up and he said, hey, Kyler Murray don't care about nobody like Kyler Murray. And people had those thoughts about a lot of teammates.
Yeah.
And usually, you know, people aren't hosting a podcast and talking openly for an hour, 45 minutes, however long the pod is. So they don't really see it. So I think it's just one of those situations where I think he was being honest about it. I think that was his real thoughts. Now, they're not teammates anymore, but, you know, I've never been one for, you know, I would never make a comment like that publicly, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless there's some beef there or something, but I just wouldn't make that type of comment. And so I get Kyler's response as well. Hey, you know, you got my number. If you feel like that, you know, send a podcast, reach out. I get it. I kind of get both sides, but I feel like Pat was being honest, and I feel like Kyler feels some type of way. And if you ask different people, I'm sure you'll get different responses. Hollywood Brown will probably give you a different, real response behind closed doors than, you know, Buda Baker maybe. Like, I don't know, but everybody got different relationships. But it's interesting. Obviously, it's good to be talked about. It's good for, you know,
Get the clicks.
Thursday. You know, Thursday talks. Go get the clicks. It's gonna get the views. I just like when things like this kind of stay behind closed doors. These are conversations that we kind of have with each other. Like, you know, somebody name come up. Oh, what you do? Oh yeah, I play with cuz. Like, nah, it ain't. You know, I know it look like that, but nah, it ain't like that. It ain't. No, it ain't. And that's just kind of what it is. So, not a huge fan of it, but you know, we're in the media now. We got to talk about it. What's your thoughts on it? Obviously, you're a lot closer to this situation than most people, you know, been informed. You were teammates with both of these guys, right?
Nah, I was out of there
before Kyler?
Before Kyler got there.
Okay.
But definitely, you know, teammates with P2. And I mean, like
I know you still tapped in.
Yeah, like I respect both sides, right? So
yeah.
Why I say I respect P2, shit, he's a man. He spoke how he felt, you know, on his podcast. And he gave his opinion. You know, again, like we said, he's been in the locker room, he's worked with Kyler, so you know, again, that's his opinion. And then shit with Kyler, I respect what he said. Shit, bro, like, you know, you could have hit me offline, you could have texted me. I respect that too. You know what I mean? So, again, to your point, you know, I don't think I would have done that. As far as, you know, saying, you know, hey, you know, D Butt, man, D Butt don't care about shit but D Butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done that. But again, like you said, you know, get the talking on the podcast, shit.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, you just keep it a buck.
It happens all the time. You comfortable. It ain't like you know, going on, you know, ESPN or something for, you know, a 5-minute hit. You know what you're gonna be asked. You answer your questions. You really just having, you know, open conversation. That's what a podcast is. It's for listeners, viewers, or whatever to kind of feel like, okay, I'm in the room, I'm having conversations with these hosts or with whoever who, you know, I would never been able to have or be privy to 10, 15 years ago. And now you're able to have the conversation with your cousin, you know, with your partner on the pod. You having a real conversation, and these are the conversations that people want to hear. People, okay, what's going on? They're on Hard Knocks right now. You know, you're seeing, this is what led to that comment when Kyler said, "Hey, schematically, we were fucked on that fourth
right."
And I threw that pick, and a lot of people saw that as, hey, he was throwing the coach under the bus,
right?
Yeah, and people feel a certain way about that. And watching the tape, I had it on Everything DB yesterday. It was a zero blitz. it was confusion. You could tell from the quarterback, from the receivers, it didn't really know what was going on. He threw the ball up. So maybe they expected a look, didn't get it, but they got straight cover zero. You got to have answers pre-snap for cover zero. So him saying that, I don't necessarily know if he was just really just a beep, beep, beep. But, you know, it's going to come out like that. But, hey, man, we always say when you're losing, that's when everything
is bad.
You know, everything is bad. You see it happen to Russell Wilson. Like, Russell Wilson has been this guy for a long time, but now that he's losing and not winning on winning teams, now it's like he's throwing
It's more than just losing though. Like
nah. It's if Russ was,
he's not playing good.
I'm not sure I understand.
It's more than just losing. It's more than just losing. Like Russ is not playing well. If Russ was playing good football at that position and the team was losing, I think the talk will be different. But Russ is not playing good football at the quarterback position right
now. Nah, you know what? I'll push back on this. So Justin Herbert plays good football damn near every Sunday.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will say, hey, you know, and it's not necessarily, it's not nothing to do with his personality, because he's not a type of guy who wants to be in the camera and do all the bullshit. But they'll say, oh, he's, you know, this is his record. He hasn't been in the playoffs yet. And we know, everybody know at this point, it's a team game. Like, that quarterback only out there for one phase of the game. You got a coach, you got all type of situations. So he's always played good ball from jump, but he still kind of that's where the hate comes in on him. But for Russ, and most of the time, if the quarterback is playing well, the team is winning. But Russ, I feel like he was the same guy pretty much when he was on these winning teams, when he was playing winning ball, and now he's not. And to your point, he's not playing good ball, and they're losing. Now when he's that same guy, now everything, you working out on a plane, your teammates can't get in contact, or you throwing a party and half your teammates show up. Well, shit, we don't know that. I don't know that, man. Who showed up? Probably who was invited. Like, no, like, why is that even a report? You know what I mean? They ain't got shit to do with shit. But now everybody's trying to pile it on because he's playing bad. Got paid a lot of money as well, so that's gonna come with it too. So yeah, same with this Kyler Murray situation. Got paid, #1 pick. And if you look at him compared to everybody, you look at the rest of that draft class, I'm sure he's probably done and accomplished a lot more than everybody else, or most of the other guys. But now they're not playing well. Teammates coming out, coaches, this, that, and the third. So it's always something, man. But start winning. Play better ball, start winning.
Yeah. I was about to say, you know what solves all of this? Win some damn games.
That's a fact.
Win some games. So we'll definitely keep, you know, I'm pretty sure they'll have, you know, maybe some back and forth. But again,
hard knocks. We're gonna see it.
Yeah, we're gonna see. And then again, you know what I mean, before we, you know, get to the next side, but we truly don't know what their relationship is. Obviously, you know, Kyler was like, you know, big bro mentor in quotes, but we won't know the true relationship between the two. So that's
a fact.
That's a thing there too. So let's get to one of these questions. Again,
let's do it.
M2M Live, hashtag M2M Live. From G.I. Joe 317 of Faithful. I want to say what Pete Carroll, but this is more a coach and culture being revived. If it weren't the biggest surprise, old Peter would have it as a walkaway. With that being said, I'm going with McDaniels because his work with Tua. Okay, so
we had a coach of the year. It's a question.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. Don't be biased. Who would you vote as the NFL's coach of the year through 12 weeks? I guess this is Joe's answer. And we got the odds right here.
Okay.
We got Nick Sirianni. -125. Kevin O'Connell +500. Mike McDaniel +500. Robert Salah +600. Brian Daboll +1,600. And Pete Carroll +3,000. Somebody got Ron Rivera up there with the Commanders.
I mean, shit. What, they 7-5 right now?
7-5, but that definitely ain't gonna get me no coach of the year.
with Taylor, hey, he's a good season so well. Let me see put that pick real quick. Let me see for the people at home. So we got a picture up here with 9 candidates. Kevin O'Connell, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, Andy Reid, Robert Salah, Brian Daboll, Mike McDaniels, Ron Rivera, and Nick Sirianni. Damn, you know what? It's a good list, right? Because what Mike McDaniel, Kevin O'Connell, Brian Daboll, first year head coaches.
Yep.
And I think I would say all 3 of them are blowing expectations out of water. Like we expected, especially bringing Tyreek Hill over. We expected the Dolphins to be good, but not this good. We didn't expect Tua to look this good.
Yeah.
We didn't expect Tyreek to have better numbers through, at this point than he's ever had in his career. Kevin O'Connell got the Vikes in at 9-2.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll got the Giants back in being contenders. So I'll probably lean towards giving it to one of the first year guys because of how they blow expectations out. And if it's down to those 3, I got to go with my guy down to the yayo, Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel.
That'll be my pick. Oh, they said don't be biased, but fuck it. He Mike McDaniel.
I think I'm going with. I think I'm going with. I'm going out Minnesota. I'm going with Kevin.
Ooh, 9-2.
9-2. I don't think anybody. If you said you did, you will lie. Will have Minnesota with a first year head coach, first year GM sitting at 9-2 after 11 games.
GM too, yeah.
I don't think anybody would have said that. I think they're doing a good job. I know it's a lot of talk that, some people think that Minnesota's still pretenders, but, it is what it is right now. They're sitting at 9-2, playing some good ball. So I think I'll go with Kevin. Nick Sirianni, yeah. You can't go against that. They, got them guys rolling. Only one loss right now. But if I had to pick today, I'm going Kevin out of Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a great pick because you mentioned it, the first year GM as well. I don't know if is Joe Shine. Is this his first year as a GM in New York? I don't know, but yeah, so that's a good point because Lurie was there before Sirianni, all these guys, Ivy Vrabel, all these other guys. So yeah, that's good picks, man. Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, 2 offensive guys, got their quarterbacks, got their teams blowing expectations out of the water. Shit, we're in December right now. You sitting at a 9-2 record in December, shit.
Hey,
all right, yeah. You call it pretending you will. That's cool. I'll take
that every day.
I think they can sew up that division maybe with a win this week.
Probably so. With that shit in that division this year.
Yeah, that's an ugly one. But yeah, it's a good one though. It's a good race this year. Good race.
For sure. Another M2M question talking about the Vikings. Everybody is down on the Vikings and talk about the point differential. Isn't it a positive because come playoffs, close games, come back the Vikings will be prepared for it? Or does it, just me, we squeaking by teams like they say, hashtag M2M live. I think we talk about this on the show a lot, winning those close games, because it's going to help when it get, down the stretch, December football, playoff football. And we always talk about it too. Great teams win those close games.
Yep.
We talk about it, it's 5 plays in the game that you can go back to and say, hey, if we would have done this better, or hey, we was able to go make this play. You kind of talk about that. And that's what great teams do. Close games, you find a way to win. You find a way to win, and that's what it's all about.
Fact.
So, again, Minnesota, man, sitting at 9-2, you can't argue that at all. Winning these close games, I think it will pay dividends as you continue in December and into January.
Yep, and you looked at the same team last year. They were losing these same close games. I feel like every week we was looking at, oh, man, how did Minnesota lose this one? Or the Lions finding a way to lose close games all the time. So it's something to be said about learning and knowing how to win in those plays, those 4 or 5, like you said, difference-making plays in the game. So I don't care about nobody. Nobody looks at that the point differential shit at the end of the year and say, "Oh, this team was plus 87," but nobody don't care about that shit. Win the game or you lose the game, and then you get back to the drawing board and you do it all over again that following week. That's what this league is. That's what it's always been and always will be. So 9-2 right now through 11. Got another test coming up this week. So I don't make anything of that. And then the seeding matters too. When you get to playoff time.
Matchups.
Matchups. You may get a better or a worse matchup, but may have home field advantage. Maybe even a bye week. They're in contention for that. Obviously, Philly. What are they, 10-1?
10-1.
So, but yeah, so that's it's a few weeks left that they can jump them for that one spot. So find a way to get a dub.
Got to.
That's all it comes down to.
One more question. One more question, man. Y'all keep shooting them.
Yes, sir.
From Wyatt J. Edwards, when a guy has a drop in a game, we as fans think that the quarterback wants to get the ball back in that guy's hands so he can get his confidence back up. Do you, as a DB, know that and play a different way? Like, do you play more aggressive or does nothing change? Or am I wrong? Hashtag M2M Live.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things when you say as a quarterback, as a DB, at least that's how I felt about it. Like having that short-term memory, like that's a real thing. I think that's a weapon that you need to have, not only in football, I think in life. But you have a play, a good one, bad one, a drop, a catch, whatever. When you jogging back the huddle, looking to the sideline, whatever, like that play is done. We locked in on this play, this formation, this call. Like that's what I'm thinking about. We trying to win every down as a corner, as a safety, and winning that down starts with you. It's starting with your alignment, knowing your keys, knowing the personnel splits, down the distance, all these different things you're thinking about. So you're not thinking like, oh man, so-and-so just dropped the ball. They probably gonna come right back to him. Like, you ready for whatever action and you're trying to win every rep. So I would say that's a non-factor. That's a TV thing. You watching the game, maybe you got them on the fantasy or maybe you got a prop bet. Right. You might be thinking, hey, throw it back to him, please. Please don't stop throwing to him. But that's not really a thing as a player that I ever thought about. What about you?
Yeah, I really don't think about that. I didn't, especially big time receiver. A drop in the game, in your mind, like, okay, the quarterback's going to eventually go back to him, but it's not, not trying to predict, okay, he's going to go back to him this play. It's one of them things, you do your survey of the land every play before he snap, and, you try to, limit some things or whatever the case may be. But I don't think that was a big thing for me playing the position.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Man, we talked about Coach of the Year, so only right, man, we get to talk about some of these odds, man. MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Start off with MVP, man. The odds right now. Patrick Mahomes.
Minus 190?
Minus 150. Minus 150. Jalen Hurts, plus 350. Tua, plus 6. Then you got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson coming here to the end. Right now, but who's your MVP?
I think Patrick Mahomes. Obviously the favorite there. He's the betting favorite at minus 150. Like he's just been playing lights out week in, week out. Kind of been that constant. I feel like that was, those odds. That's a good list that we mentioned it a few weeks ago on the show, and we both had. I think Mahomes, Hurts, Tua. Now he's played a bunch of games now, so I think those are everybody. Well, those are my top three. Mahomes, Hurts, Tua. Maybe I even put Tua right above Hurts, but Hurts has the winning record. But Tua, his numbers, where he is with all the quarterback ratings and efficiency and all that stuff, like it's just off the charts. Same with Mahomes. So I think those top three are solid right now. But I'm with the odds makers here. I'm with the sports book. Patrick Mahomes, it's his to lose right now.
I'm going Jalen Hurts.
Going Hurts?
I'm going Hurts. Patrick Mahomes, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like you said, he's playing good ball. Playing real good ball. But I'm just going Jalen Hurts. I'm going the other way.
Hey, 10-1? 10-1? Yeah, 10-1 right now.
Let me ask you a question. I know it's been a lot of talk.
Third year.
Been a lot of talk about this as far as the MVP award being a quarterback award. Like, what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel? You think it's right? You think it's it's wrong. Like, how you feel about that?
It's one of those things where it is what it is, man. That position is just we just talked about it with Russ and Herbert. Like, usually if that quarterback is playing well, the team is winning more times than not. That it's just too valuable of a position. Like, you touch the ball every snap. You got to get guys in the right plays. You got to make plays. You get to the playoffs, like you need a quarterback that can 2-minute drives. We know how many games come down to 2-minute drives. So it sucks, but that is more times than not your most valuable player on your team. And then obviously it's going to be the most valuable player in the league. It's only a few times that we could think back and be like, okay, that was that team's most valuable. Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Probably Aaron Donald, like, JJ Watt. It was times where, all right, that was probably that team's most valuable player, but it's hard to be the most valuable player in the league if it's another quarterback playing really, really good. So it's just,
I hate it.
I hate the reality of it, but that's the reality of it. They are
is.
the most valuable player. Yeah. What about what's your thoughts on it?
No, I'm right there.
Michael Parsons brought up.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I hate it. It has to be that way. But to your point, like, in order for you to even have long-term success in this league and even a good year, you got to have a guy at that position. And if that guy is playing well, typically, your team is sitting in a good position. So I hate that the MVP award is like that. Leaning towards just the best quarterback. But again, defensive player or any other position other than a quarterback, you got to play lights out.
Yeah, and I feel like which the offensive player of the year kind of has become just that next player or anybody else in that, like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, you got a triple crown. You think you Super Bowl MVP. Like, I think he was, but it's hard to say if he that, because you need a quarterback to get him that ball. So it's tough, man. But that offensive player of the year is like that next MVP almost. That's just not a quarterback. So I feel like that award every year should go to a running back, a tight end, a receiver. So shit, offensive player of the year, that should be a good one this year. Actually, what's the odds on that?
Here we go. You got Justin Jefferson plus 250, Tyreek Hill plus 300, Jalen Hurts plus 320. Then you got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Stephon Diggs.
Get Hurts off. Get both of them off.
Yeah, Hurts and Patrick Mahomes.
Get them out. But you know what I like from this? And I love Tyreek. Damn, it's hard. Jay Jeff, he's 7 games over 100. But Travis Kelce, man, I might go with Kelce on this one.
Yeah.
Just the pace he on, and obviously we into the betting thing, and Travis Kelce anytime TD, I feel better about that bet every week. And I'm like, that's on every parlay I got damn near. But he's inevitable at this point in time, just like his quarterback. He get that ball with a minute left. You feel like he gonna make something happen. Same way with Kelce, man. You know what it is with zone. He gonna beat man-to-man coverage. He's beating corners, safeties. And obviously, we was gonna see how he was gonna perform without Tyreek, and then vice versa. And Tyreek is doing unbelievable shit as well. So it's tough to pick between those two. But I went Miami with the coach. I'm gonna go another route. I'm gonna go with Kelce on this offensive player of the year right now.
Great selection.
Plus, he was a plus 1,000, plus 1,000. He might score 20 touchdowns this year.
Plus 1,600.
1,600? Oh yeah. Let me go ahead and sprinkle something on that.
Plus 1,600. So as far as bet wise, that is a good bet. But I'm going Justin Jefferson, man. Offensive player of the year, having a phenomenal year. Crazy catches. The ball is going to him. Similar to Travis Kelce, the ball is going to him in crucial moments, crucial downs. Got to have it play. Kirk Cousins looking for Justin Jefferson. Still makes plays, man. And young, very, very, very young in his career. So I'm definitely gonna go with Justin Jefferson on this offensive player of the year.
And he had a lot of talk around him winning that award before the year even started, because obviously he got off to this crazy start in his career, but now you bringing in Kevin O'Connell, who came over from the Rams offense where Cooper Kupp just won it. And a lot of people felt like Jefferson was gonna have a huge year this year, and he's showing up. So that's not a bad. He's a favorite right now, plus 200. Not a bad pick at all. Yeah. All those names on there were great. Great option. Get the quarterbacks out of there, though.
Nah, for sure. I agree with you on that. We're gonna go to defensive side of the ball. Defense player of the year, Michael Parsons, minus 1,000.
God.
Nick Bosa, plus 1,400. Matthew Judon, plus 1,600. Max Crosby, plus 2,000. Chris Jones, plus 2,000. Is Darius Smith, plus 7,500.
I mean, this look like it's locked right now, and which is surprising. That you look at the odds from the offensive player of the year, J. Jeff, plus 200 as the favorite, and now Michael Parsons minus 1,000 as the favorite defensive player of the year, which he was my defensive player of the year coming into it. But Nick Bosa, you know, he's on the best defense in the league right now, and what he does off the edge is tremendous. What was he? He was plus what, 1,400?
Who was that? Who you asking about?
Bosa's
plus 1,400.
Yeah. So betting wise, I think that is. I mean, Matthew Judon, he's up there as far as
Yeah, and that's who I was going. He got he has 13 sacks right now.
Yeah, see, it just I don't feel like, because I feel like at least when you win that award or when you're in the running for winning that award, it's like the defense that you're on too. It should help y'all. So Bosa, I mean, they 4 straight shutout second half, top of the league scoring defense, yards, rush. Like, yeah, give me betting wise, give me Bosa plus 14. I think that's a great value in that bet. But I did pick Michael Parsons, and he is, in my opinion, right now the defensive player of the year. So
Nick Bosa, 11.5 sacks right now.
Woo! On the best defense in the league, yeah. Plus 4. That those odds were shocking though. I ain't gonna lie. You surprised by those odds? You expected that?
I didn't think it was gonna be that much.
Is in Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that much of a. And Michael Parsons, he has 12 sacks. So then, and it's been a lot of talk about Michael Parsons too. So, to your point, being in Dallas, Bosa being in San Fran, top defense. It's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting coming towards the end of the stretch.
Yeah, Michael coming off of and that, like you said, this conversation is always a conversation. Why is MVP a quarterback award? But Michael Parsons kind of brought that conversation back up a couple of weeks ago. But he's coming right off of defensive rookie of the year too, so maybe that has something to do with it. But he's a lot of these guys, everybody on that list is
deserving,
deserving of that award. Great players. But there's a lot of ball left. For him to be minus 1,000, that's shocking to me. But speaking of Dallas, since Michael Parsons, Dallas, Jerry Jones, he's been in the news as of late for something that happened a long time ago. But hey, shit pop up. And LeBron, King James had a question. I wasn't really feeling King James in his response to that Kyrie situation a few weeks back. But do we have video for that or not?
Yeah, we do. Okay. It's 1:40, so we might not give you the whole thing. Pause.
Hey,
pause. Gotta grow up, bro.
I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day.
That shit was funny. So I got you're on mute.
I got one question for you guys before you guys. I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here.
I can hear you. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Word.
But yeah, what's your thoughts? What's your takeaway on that?
My real takeaway, and you kind of mentioned it, right? So I wasn't feeling LeBron's initial comments on the Kyrie situation, and I think, well, I think a lot of people gave him some shit on that, so now he's able to sit back, reflect, and he probably like, damn, like I probably should have responded a little different, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but to his point, I think it's just a lot of different ways you can kind of look at this, obviously with Kyrie and, playing in the NBA, and LeBron is one of the, key figures in the NBA, the face of the NBA. So obviously he's going to get those questions. But to his point, I feel like, we talking sports, we talking Jerry Jones, we talking that. It should be that same energy should be kept. So I mean, I like it. And then, we talk about the relationship a player has with the media. And these, like, you can kind of see, like, right here, this is what it's all about. So, he was able to, get some things off of his chest, and I think that's warranted and that's granted, So that was dope by LeBron. Holding them accountable.
Definitely feeling it was just funny how he went about it. I was thinking about something. There you go. And I like, to your point, Kyrie obviously plays in the same league, and he's currently playing in something that was currently happening. So obviously that question is gonna come up ASAP, and they got a choice to ask about the Jerry Jones shit or not.
Yeah.
But like you said, I know he caught a lot of flack with the response and the Kyrie shit, and people, you just get caught in that moment, and with the media, everybody just want to jump on or something and throw fire on it without even really looking at the entire situation that happened with Kyrie. And for him to come back and do that was funny though. That was hilarious. Hey man, and to his point too, when it is black people, outside of a couple years with the George Floyd murder and things that surrounded that. Before that, when Cap was protesting.
Yep.
Now looking back in 2022, people look at that situation a lot differently. But you can flash back to 2016. Cap was one of the most hated men in America because of what he was doing and the plight that it involved black people. And when it does, more times than not, it's like, all right, whatever, get over it, move on. That's not really happening. Everybody's equal, everybody got the same rights. Woo. And to LeBron's point, when we talk about moments like this, which that was a huge moment in our country's history, where it was happening all over the countries. And it, he was in the picture. He was 14, 15, it was 60 something years ago. And it's not like he was, but he was there. He was there. He
wasn't there just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say he's just a 14-year-old kid. Just, man, look at here.
Hey, 14, 15-year-old. Yeah, I know people who got some life-changing trouble or made some life-changing decisions 14, 15. So you know the difference between right and wrong. I was on Pat's show yesterday. Jerry Jones came up and said, yeah, Jerry Jones famously quoted for saying, what's going on over there?
Right.
I didn't even know what he was talking about when I was live on air, but it came up later on. But like, to your point, like this from LeBron. Like to see this from LeBron. This is using your platform, shedding light on this. And it's not like you coming to cancel Jerry Jones or anybody at this point. For it ain't gonna happen. But it was good that he brought that question up. Hey, it is a sports arena.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to LeBron. Shout out to LeBron. Shit, Tamir Rice was 12. Shit, Emmett Till was 14.
Yeah.
So yeah. Shoot, couple more questions, man. That hashtag M2M Live. For my guy Tone. Guys, if you were to make one super team using one NFL team's offense and one NFL team defense, who are y'all taking? Oh, I already know mine.
Yeah, mine easy too. They actually match up this weekend.
Oh yeah, that was mine. Miami
Dolphins Niners.
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
Yep.
Dolphins offense. So we both the man-to-man part agrees. The Miami Dolphins offense led by Tua and head coach Mike McDaniel. Then that defense on the other side led by DeMeco Ryan. And those dogs over there, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Fanga, Jimmy Ward, like just ballers all over, all up and down both of those sides of the ball. So, yeah, give me that super team. I don't know who be my special teams unit. 3-phase game, Tom.
Yeah, 3 phases. Shit.
What special teams unit we going with, man?
Give me New England. Well-coached teams always have good special teams. I don't got the stats now, but
hey, they had a huge run into the punter.
Yeah,
but then they had a walk-off punt return too. Players fuck up, I guess.
Yeah, give me New England. I know.
Give me New England.
Give me New England. Give me New England. One more last one, man. M2M. Hashtag M2M.
Use this hashtag. I like it.
Yeah. Honestly, is there any hope for the Lions secondary, or are we that devoid of talent? Hashtag M2M Live.
They played decent last week, you know. I feel like they actually played better since they moved on from the coach that they fired. Now I think it's potential there. You know, I think it's potential. They had the big let up in the end of the game, letting Diggs get that 40-yard catch at the end. But it's potential, man. You always getting good players. You got draft, you got free agency, you got great coaches in this league. You know, not everywhere, but you got good coaches on that staff for sure. So I don't think I think it's some hope there for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely some hope there.
We got a question for you, D Butt.
Okay.
From stat_12 PHX. How is D Butt going to deal with that flex Sunday night football game? My man's going to be in hell. Can Bethea and I get a live stream of Darius watching the game? I need to see the emotional roller coaster that man is about to ride.
Hey, can we throw them a top 2 breads? But I thought about this as soon as I saw this game flex, and I've been getting a lot of mentions on Twitter about it too, because obviously these 2 of my teams, Dolphins, Chargers, got flexed December 11th. And great, excellent job, excellent use of the flexing in the schedule. First of all, for the NFL, nobody wanted to see Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos on prime time again. But it's gonna be easy for me. It's always easy for me. Anytime the Dolphins are involved, Dolphins Colts will be tougher for me, honestly. But anytime the Dolphins are involved, it's usually easy for me. That's lifetime. Like, hey, this is my squad. Like growing up, this is the first thing I remember is being a Dolphins fan.
Bullshit.
So, Dolphins. It's easy for me. I'm a new fan of the Chargers and Justin Herbert. So easy for me, man. Dolphins are
do y'all hear this
every day? You feel me?
I hear this guy.
So yeah, fins up, baby.
That boy D Butt, man. G.I. Joe got a question, man. AB, do you agree with DB when he said you need 5 to 8 good to great DBs in today's game? That shit it's hard to have 8 great DBs.
3 great ones.
Yeah, that's almost impossible to have. But you gotta have some good guys in your DB room. If you give me 5 good DBs, 2 great ones, I'm working with something. But because the way this game is played now, it's played majority in the sub package, right? Sub package, nickel package. You got 5 DBs on the field, so you need those. You need at least minimum 5 who can go out there and get the job done. And obviously, as we know, injuries happen all the time. Guys are going to go down, so you're going to have at least 1 or 2 guys that's going to be able to step in, no hiccups, focus, and can get it done. So if I'm a DB coach, I'm stressed. I need at least 7 guys that I know can go out there and play winning football. And winning football doesn't mean you have to be a great DB. You know what I mean? Winning football is knowing your assignment, playing technique sound, and being able to get the job done.
Yeah. Good question. Great question. Took my comment a little out of context, but I kind of said what you said. Like, I feel like in today's league, you need 6 DBs that can be at least 6 that could be starters, right? If you can look up and get 6 starting quality DBs, which I think you need, it was a time and point where, hey, I got my 4 starters and these other guys and coming, like, nah, you need a good 6. Once injuries happen, matchups happen, things like that. So I think you need still at least a good 6 to go out here and compete week in, week out for all the things that you said. And that great, I think it kind of gets, especially in the media age that we're in now, greatness and GOAT and all this stuff gets thrown around a lot more. Like, you got players in the league, then you got good players in the league, then you got great players in the league, and then there's kind of like an elite category where very few touch, like first ballot Hall of Fame type guys. But even a notch below that, like great players in the league, like those are guys that are like changing the math every Sunday. Like every Sunday, it's a receiver on the field. Hey, we got to double this guy in red zone, third down. It's a pass rush. Hey, we got to double this. We got to slide the protection that way. We got to know where he is. The linebacker that, hey, we got to know where he's got in coverage. And, quarterbacks, running backs, all these different guys. Like, those are the great players. And the good players are the guys, hey, we ain't got to worry about it. He's going to do his job. And he's going to make a great play every now and then. So, and then there's players that, they're just there until they're going to be replaced by the team, contracts up, whatever. So it's levels to this shit. That great shit kind of get thrown around a lot, but I think starting quality guys that you can depend on, that you can trust, you need at least 6 of those in that secondary. But great question by the whole crew today, man. A lot of hashtag M2M lives on there. We appreciate that, man.
As always. And before we get out of here, we'll show some love.
Yeah,
man. Our
that's
guy.
big, right? That's dope right there.
That's dope, man. 2 HBCU grads.
Mm-hmm.
Got Fayetteville State, Williams, and then we got South Carolina State, Durant, man. So showing love to the guys coming from the HBCUs, man. I love to see it.
Yeah, man. Speaking of, man, you got any thoughts on Coach Prime? Coach Prime obviously led Jackson State to its first 11-0 season ever. He's been garnering, which I think everyone knew he would be garnering a lot of attention from the bigger schools, PWIs, Power Fives, whatever you want to call them. What's your thoughts on that? On him potentially leaving Jackson State?
Don't leave Jackson State, Coach Prime. Do not leave. I understand it. Money talks. Power 5 or bigger stage, but being an HBCU alum, man, to see what he's been able to do at Jackson State, to bring a lot more eyes from the people on the outside to the HBCU landscape. I feel, this is just me selfishly saying this. I think the impact that he's having, excuse me, is grander than him going to a PWI or a Power 5. I think what he's doing for them young men at Jackson State, I think it's a beautiful thing. And I hope that he stays and he, don't go to the money, man. Like, that's just me selfishly want him to stay and keep building this legacy at the HBCU schools, man. So that's just me. That's just me, man. But I know money talks, and he's gonna do what's best for him, best for his family, best for where he's trying to get to as far as his coaching career. But again, man, I hope he stays at Jackson State.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. Obviously, the attention he's brought. It was on College Game Day this year. And then we just showed the Kobe Durant, right?
Yeah, the Kobe
Durant, Joshua Williams,
2
HBCU DBs, getting an opportunity. We know Coach Prime was loud about, not getting the same opportunities, and the opportunities have gotten better even from that standpoint. So I would definitely love to see him continue to build that legacy. at Jackson State as well. But like we said, that's both of us, selfishly, talking on it, speaking on it. Obviously, he's going to make the best decision for him and his family, as he should. And that's my guy. So I'm gonna be rooting for him either way. And even if he does end up leaving this year, I think the work that he has done up until this point, I don't think that'll be forgotten anytime soon.
But again,
we will both. Go ahead.
I don't see him like, you go and get Travis Hunter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. As we talk about,
I think his son may be there one more year. His
son's there one more year.
The team, but his quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. You know what I mean? So just think about it as, I think we all cut from the same cloth as if D Butler was going into a young man's home and say, hey, look, mama, bring your son to Jackson State or to, UConn or whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna bring him. When he comes back, he's gonna be a better athlete, but more important, he's gonna be a better man. You know what I mean? So, and parents say, yeah, put your hands on my son. So I just feel like in situations like this, Travis Hunter could have went anywhere in the world. He decided to go to Jackson State. I'm glad he made that decision. And I just think, and I look at it and say, for Prime to up and leave before he's done, I just think he owe it to him, man. I'm not singling out just Travis Hunter, but again, it's one of them things. I just think it's bigger. It's bigger for the culture, man.
I agree with everything you said, except for the that's tough. That's tough because I don't want to put it in a situation where, because we know obviously the football, the family side of it, the sitting in my living room recruiting me, and then we also know the business side of it. When it comes to football, being a coach, being a player at this point. So I don't know. That's tough because Travis Hunter, would he be the last? Would he be the first? Or next year they may get another 4 or 5 star guy.
That's
and
why
I say, hey, you got to stay something. And then I get it, but players for the most part commit to coaches, right? Coaches and programs, but coaches like the coaches that recruited you, that sold you on that school. And then coaches, more times than not, commit to that school. Like when that school their contract, and that's why we see it. Shit, Fickle just left Cincinnati, went to Wisconsin, I think. It happens. It happens all the time. So it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough.
It is. And like I said, I'm talking selfishly, man.
We both want him to stay there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, but again, we can all agree that what Coach Prime has done at Jackson State is a beautiful thing. So. Shout out to Coach Prime.
Shout out to Coach Prime, man. This coaching shit ain't hard. It's a huge sacrifice, and obviously for a man like him who could be doing anything, anywhere. So we both want him to stay at Jackson State. We also know the business of it, everything else that comes along with it. But we both hoping he stays at Jackson State. But like I said, I'm rooting for Coach Prime wherever he go. That's my guy, and I'm rooting for Jackson State also, and everybody on the in that HBCU, man.
No doubt.
I love what you did, man. But Thursday night football, man. You made your final pick. I'm still going Buffalo, or I talked you out of it.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo, my guy. I got Buffalo, man. D-Bug got New England. We're gonna see who gets off to a fast start this week, man. Week 13.
Yeah, I'm taking New England with the points. I don't know who I'm going money line, but give me New England plus 3.5 though. But hope we get a good game, man, and appreciate y'all for making this a good show. Appreciate all the questions. As always, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. I posted some of the Tone does some of the Spotify things. Spotify does their yearly wrap up, and it kind of, and it's one of those things where I think in the grand scheme, we'll always look back at these times like, hey, man, these are the different milestones that we hit along the way. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but for me, it's almost like a game. Like we get in here, we do our pod, and then boom, we move on and go on about a day, and we do our next one. And then sometimes it's good to kind of zoom out and just look at the big picture, where you started, where we at. So to see the numbers, to see how many people rocking with us, different countries, being in top 10s and sharing all that shit, man, we appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts.
No doubt, man. You said it best, man. So again, We're going to have a Saturday pick show for y'all this week. Me and D-Buck, we can coordinate. We'll do a Saturday morning. Like D-Buck said, by noon, you guys will have our picks for Sunday's slate, man. And as always, we appreciate you. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And we out.
Yes, sir. We go.
We gone.